Oh, Annabelle Creation. You seen it?
No.
Well, guess what?
Son of a... I really hate you. This is supposed to be fun, and I'm starting to not enjoy it. I'm enjoying it 50% of the time.
So-
the times that I get to pick.
So, I mean, here's the thing. It's funny you should say that, because I had a thought earlier this week. It might have been yesterday, where I thought to myself, I'd realized how many times over the last week since we last sat down and did an episode like this, one of our first time watch episodes.
Mm-hmm.
How many times in the last week I've thought about this and was looking forward to it. And not specifically because it was my time to pick. Like, I will spend the next week equally excited and looking forward to it because it's just so good, man. Like, once a week,
fun.
I sit down with my
fun.
buddy, I drink a fancy craft beer, I watch a movie, I get to sit down and talk about it afterwards. Like, this is, you know, we go through life. I'll introduce the show in a second here, but we go through life and
Just take one of these long, windy roads Brady likes to
Yeah.
take before we get to the point.
we someone recently made a song about me. Pretty cool song. I'll show it to you afterwards. Like, recorded it and everything.
Yeah.
And one of the lines in the song is, "Can't sum up a minute in half an hour."
Sounds about right.
It was so good. It was such a good line. No, I feel like throughout life, you know, you get into different routines. Your routine changes. Your weekly schedule changes. You know, maybe for a while you get really into a video game, or you
life is
start
full of
doing.
seasons.
It just keeps changing, and I really truly feel like and you know, am emoting that this thing that we've created now, this weekly tradition, is one of those for me that is like, oh, this is good. And I'm gonna cling on to this for as long as I can. Like, this is, you know, you go like, yeah, I'm doing this for a while, and, you know, I don't know, it's just kind of something I do, and, you know, and those things are like fairly transient. Like, they're easily replaceable. Like, you're willing to, like, something else comes along, I'm happy to give this up. This is something that I'm like, I'd like this to stay for a while, because this is just fun and exciting. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
We are the B team.
Yeah. My name is Brady.
And apparently I'm Carl.
And we are back with another, as alluded to, we're back with another first time watch.
It was Brady's turn to pick this time.
Yeah, this series where Carl and I both comprised a list of movies that we had seen, the other person had not seen, and we're saying, hey, you should probably see these.
You're going to watch this one.
You're going to watch this.
And you continue to torture me.
So we go back and forth each week. He chooses one for me, then I choose one for him, then he chooses one for me, and etc. This is episode 4 of this series.
Yep.
Which is fun. We've been at it for a month.
Yep. I was putting this out here. If we want it to continue, though, your next pick, you got to do something different. You got to give me a break.
What?
You got to give me a break.
So we'll get into
my
this.
nerves can only take so much.
We'll get into this. I mean, you've given me back-to-back weeks of Robin Hood.
It's true. I mean, I'm not going to be I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to pick next week, but I'm not doing a Robin Hood.
Right.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
Is it something I'm going to rent? Like, is it something you'll have to give me some notice?
I'll give you
24 hours.
If I don't have it, I'll give you
24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. We watched the last time I chose. We watched The Nun.
Yeah.
The first, not in order of release, but the first chronologically in the Conjuring universe franchise.
Yeah.
This time around, we just moved up 3 years in the timeline to the next one chronologically, which is Annabelle Creation.
Right.
Shall we hop in and do some initial impressions?
Sure.
Okay. There isn't a film in this franchise that I dislike, that I would go, oh, I don't like that one. But this one certainly doesn't crack my top three. I think it's a much weaker entry than the first one we watched, which is The Nun. And part of that might be personal preference in terms of, I find if you're going to have a doll be or some sort of object, MacGuffin, be your villain, in which case it's Annabelle. And that doll is is it anthropomorphic?
Anthropomorphic?
Non-animated, right?
Oh,
animated in the sense that they're like moving around, can talk.
Right.
If you're going to have that, if you're going to have it sentient or non-sentient, if you're going to have it non-sentient,
sure,
then there are some limitations in terms of you've got sort of a set number of tricks that you can use, and then that kind of wears thin, I think. I find this movie, out of all of them, maybe, and this answer might switch up a little bit as we go on, but I think this is the most boring film in the franchise. I think there's one or two truly kind of spooky moments. Some real A-class terror going on, horror tactics going on.
Yeah.
And we can get into what those are. But the rest of the time, I'm like, that was kind of a failed jump scare, and just and I don't know what it is. It's something to do with the pacing, right? Because horror is all about building that suspense and then paying off at the right moment, using a lot of it. I would say 90% of it is sound design.
Not even just paying it off at the right moment, but also paying it off in the right way.
Yes. And sound design plays a massive role in that, music and sound effects and stuff like that, but also just lighting and shadows and, whatever else. And so for me, a lot of the attempts to be kind of creepy moments in this they fall flat, right? They just don't work. Something's off, and you're like, oh, okay. So I guess my initial impression is I think it's weaker than The Nun. It's certainly not, even I wouldn't say it's even in my top 5 of this franchise. But I don't dislike it, right? Yeah. I think that's kind of it. What is your initial impression?
I mean, comparing it to The Nun, it's far. I would say a far weaker horror movie. It definitely falls flat. It's got a lot of You pretty much hit it on the nail on the head. What I was kind of gonna say, but I'll put it in my own words. It does a great job of building tension in moments.
And it just doesn't
it.
release
The payoff isn't as good. You're I hate the feeling that I hate, getting all tense and oh God, something's coming. What the frick is going to go on here?
Yeah.
and then the thing happens, or even doesn't happen sometimes, and you're like, okay,
Right.
is that it, or is there like another thing coming here?
Right. You didn't. So we talked about in our Nun review, you jumped 5 times.
Minimum, yeah.
And one was a very vocal jump.
Yeah.
I didn't sense you jumping. We're in the same configuration this time.
One tiny one, I would say, very small.
Okay, that kind of got you.
It's kind of like, oh.
Okay,
So
so
I like, spoiler, it was right at the beginning
oh, okay,
when she runs out to pick up the bolt.
okay.
I was kind of like, huh, what the hell?
So that is
Because it was out of nowhere.
yeah, and I will say that like
you can kind of
the first time I watched this film,
yeah.
like obviously it has less impact on me now because I know that's coming. Mm-hmm. But the first time I watched this film, it was almost a pause it and catch my breath, or pause it and kind of reset moment, because it there's no build up. It just happens.
Yeah. And part of the reason it's like such a kind of jumpy, like, it's not really a true jump scare.
No, it's just a
but it's just like
jarring moment.
Yeah, it's jarring. That's a perfect word for it. Like, and it's so jarring, and they've filmed it in just such a way that it kind of like really kind of makes your eyes bulge out of your head.
Yeah.
In kind of confusion and like, what the heck is going on?
Well, and then there's the added level of like adorable, innocent little girl dying so suddenly in front of her parents.
Yeah.
Right. And her parents witnessing that, and it's tragic and it's awful, and you don't see it coming. Maybe like this, like really the way it's edited is so fast, right? She sees it, she goes, I'll get it. Annabelle, no. Right. Yeah. Like it's so fast. So that's a moment that I think is really strong. That's for me, that's one of the moments in this film where I go,
yeah,
that's really well done. Right. Not only from a storytelling standpoint, but also it's just edited well. Like the pacing is effective, and it's an effective moment in upsetting you and setting up the trauma of this family, right?
Yeah.
The other moment, I'll get this out of the way, and then I want to touch more on your experience tonight. The other moment that I think is masterfully done, moment where I'm like, oh gosh, right? Like that is, I'm feeling your fear right now. Is there's something about bunk bed horror. There's something about being on the top bunk, and there's something on the bunk below you.
Yeah.
And what do? Do you peer over the edge? You can't get down. It's right there. It's going to grab you. Like there's something about that scene to me that is just like really, it's like there's something under my bed, but it's elevating it to a whole new level of like, there's something, because, and it's done real well too, right? Like she's on the top bunk, and then you hear the footsteps running into the room, and then the sound of something jumping into the bed below her, right? And sort of the jostle of the bed, and you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. That was pretty good. There was some tension built there. One of the issues I have with this film is a lot of the tension building moments are people making really stupid choices.
Yeah. It falls victim to that.
Like, I guess that's kind of a horror trope.
Yeah, but it didn't happen a lot in The Nun.
That's I was just gonna say, like, The Nun, there might have been 1 or 2 instances of that, but like, the characters are so much more believable because they're making more common sense choices.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part.
And it's like, little girl's scared out of her mind, so she's shooting a toy pop gun into the dark at the thing that's scaring her.
Yeah. And
What?
the only reason that happens is because it's a fun gimmick to have the ball, and then
Yeah,
the
the
string goes up the doorway, and
yeah.
And that's the only reason.
There's a lot, and that's what this movie's full of. It's a lot of gimmicky horror shticks.
Well, and there was a lot of predictability, right? Like the first time you see the dumbwaiter, you're like, oh, that's going to be a thing. And the first time you see the automated stair chair thing, escalator chair, you're like, oh, that's going to be a thing. And then you didn't comment on this
scarecrow in the barn,
and then the other one for me is like, okay, start of the film, cute little Annabelle's tucked into bed, and then we hear "You Are My Sunshine," and the camera kind of goes and focuses on the record player, and we're like, that we're going to hear that song again, and it's going to be in a haunted, spooky way. Right. And so there's a lot of predictability in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you about your experience. So you didn't jump as much. No. You didn't find it as scary.
It wasn't as scary.
Okay.
But I still felt
uncomfortable
to the point where I didn't enjoy the film.
Right. Now,
again, like I said in the Nun,
there's a big spider on my wall. Do you like spiders?
I don't care.
Oh, that's now I'm freaked out.
Like in the Nun, just because I'm saying I hated it, it doesn't make it a good or bad film. It's just my experience watching a horror film.
You didn't enjoy it.
I don't enjoy it. It sucks.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch it.
Now,
the only reason I'm watching it is because I'm obligated.
If you can be objective here, how much, if any, so when you and I watched The Nun, it was just you and me, sitting in a room, speakers were turned up loud, watching The Nun. This time, there were two factors that were different, two variances. Variance number one was you'd already just watched a horror film 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Variance number two, this time Brienne was in the room. So not only was there more people in the room, you were less isolated, less alone. You were in more of a crowd mentality, or a crowd safety in numbers, but also someone who you don't know as well. And this is not just a you thing, but as we tend to do as people, when you're with people you don't know as well, you're a little less vulnerable. You're a little less, like there's barriers that don't come all the way down.
Okay.
And so do you think that your physical reactions, or your lack thereof this time, had anything to do with either A, the fact that you've already had a horror experience 2 weeks ago, and B, there was an extra person in the room, and maybe a person who you were a little conscious about seeming like a scared baby in front of?
We'll touch on the watching second horror in 2 weeks in a second.
Okay.
But to the first, I don't think that played a factor, because whether there's 6 people in the room or 1, the movie's gonna elicit.
It will still affect you.
A response internally,
right?
And it might not manifest itself externally because you're putting on a brave face,
right,
for the group or whatever. But yeah, I didn't. There was that, like, I never felt like I was ever
holding it in,
having to hold it in.
Okay. Because there's that crowd mentality thing, right? Like even with like, not that this is an impossible situation because it would never happen, but you and I sitting and watching The Nun is in a dark room, is an entirely different experience if pardon the pun, but something possessed you to sit and watch The Nun in a dark room at home by yourself, right? Like that would be a very different experience.
Yeah. But like The Nun, we finished watching that, and there was some hesitation walking into a dark room to go to the bathroom. There was none of that.
There was none of that this time.
Right. So does watching multiple horror movies back to back have diminishing returns?
Desensitize you?
I don't know, maybe. I don't watch enough horror movies to really have a barometer for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, I do think they do a good job in this film, and let me know your thoughts, but I think they do a good job in this film of, even though they don't explain it well, there's a nice bit of lore there in the sense that, hey, you know, we lost our daughter. Well, and there's the Nun Nun, the Nun
Nodding Nun,
right? Where our sister, is it sister?
That was almost creepier than
Sister Charlotte. Was that her name? Sister Charlotte? Sister.
Wait, that's not the same sister from.
No. So she's not in the Nun, but it is alluded to that at some point At some point prior to the events of the Nun, which happened 3 years before this,
she was there.
She visited that abbey, or something, right?
Right.
And had a photo taken, and at that point, Malik was already wreaking havoc. You know, the crack had started in the gateway,
he was seeping through.
Yeah, she, whatever it is,
because it was right there in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they do a good job of setting up some lore in the sense that, you know, our daughter died in this really traumatic way, and then something dark, some sort of demonic presence, took advantage of our grief.
Yeah.
Right.
They prayed to anything that would listen.
Yeah, and something listened, and it wasn't what they wanted to listen, and it started pretending to be their daughter, and started pretending to be their daughter, and then, you know, was asking permission to possess the doll so that she could, you know, what they thought was their daughter could stay and
grow stronger,
be there with her family. And in their desperation, they said yes. And then that's when it started to reveal, hang on, not all is as it seems. So, I mean, I think it's a bit of a trope in horror and in this type of thing, right? Like, oh, you know, that's not, you're not actually my dead husband, are you? Or you're, you know, people will get phone calls from their husband that died 5 years ago, and they know they should stop answering. I think it was a Supernatural thing. They did that in Supernatural or something. But yeah, so anyways, that is another nod, another thumbs up that I will give the franchise. But it is, or the franchise, the movie, but it is lackluster compared to the Nun. Now I want to explain for you, because you were at the end of this film, there are some things that are happening, some nods, that you are not understanding because you're watching them out of the order of release.
Right. Okay.
In The Nun, it was the ending scene where you see two people who look like they're
some
giving
kind
a
of
college lecture, about Frenchie and the exorcism that was done on Frenchie years after the events of the Nun.
Right.
In this one, it was that, what was her name?
The girl who got possessed.
Yeah.
Had some kind of...
Not Nancy. What was her name?
Linda.
No, Linda was her friend. Janice. That Janice, now possessed, probably dead, and possessed, her body possessed by the demon, the Annabelle doll, is adopted, and 12 years later, she grows up and murders her adopted parents.
With some other
guy. We don't know who he is. And then there's like the neighbors are alerted to the fact that something's going on, and the guy goes out and whatever. That is a scene, just like the one at the end of The Nun is a scene from an upcoming film.
Another Annabelle film?
No, one of the Conjuring films.
Oh.
One of the Conjuring films. And so that's kind of their way, we're like, oh, wait, we've seen this scene before, but now we realize that the guy that they were talking about in that lecture, in that film, was Frenchie. And we know Frenchie because we just got to find out Frenchie's story and how that came to be. What you see at the end of this is a scene from an upcoming Annabelle film.
Okay.
And so, in watching it in the order of release, you get this, oh my God moment where that horrible thing that you see take place in this other film is connected to this. Like it's just connective tissue, right? It's them weaving things together. So you'll still get some of that because you'll get to see these scenes happen again.
Yeah.
And
just in reverse order from
and then they'll expand on those
released
scenes, and you'll get more context. So it's all kind of interwoven that way. But I just wanted to bring you up to speed on that. So yeah, what do you like? Is there again? You didn't enjoy the experience, but is there anything looking at the film where you're like, oh, that was really well done, or that was really... Because when we watched The Nun, there was a couple of things you picked up on that were like small set design details or small...
They did a really great job of setting a scene and building the world...
In The Nun.
In The Nun, without dialogue, like the set design. I don't think this movie was that clever.
It's not. And or it is, and just not obviously.
No, I don't think it is. No, it's not.
Yeah,
like,
you don't have much good to say.
Everything is very on the nose, very kind of very obvious foreshadowing.
Yeah. It feels like a lot of cheap scares.
Yeah,
like just
so. And like, I think there's a good point. So one of my beefs, I think, with this film that detracted from the tension and the horror.
Right. Something it did that affected its ability to make you pee your pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is they showed the demon.
Yeah.
And the demon wasn't that scary looking.
No, and it's just kind of a CGI blob.
Yeah. So you compare that to The Nun.
Not a blob, but you know what I mean.
We see The Nun a few points throughout the film.
Yeah.
Very vague, very glimpses of. More similar to the way we see Anna the doll in this.
Right.
But you never really see its true form.
I don't.
Right at the end,
you see Malik a little bit
of it.
Yeah,
I think
as the nun sort of morphs into it a bit.
It's way near the end.
Yes.
Right. And in this, I would like before the end of the second act.
They showed the Wampa.
You see it.
Yeah.
And almost in full view. And yeah, just it wasn't really that scary. It was kind of like, oh, it's like if you think of it, what a demon looks like in your head and paint it black, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Ah. And here's the thing.
Yep.
This is why I think it detracts. The doll is creepier.
Oh, hands down.
Right?
Like even when the guy first makes it, like even before it's an evil doll, it's still a creepy ass doll.
Yeah. So when I think of like some other horror movies I've seen,
yeah.
So the ones that come to mind to draw comparisons to would be The Ring and Jeepers Creepers. Right? So you see the monster.
You're gonna die in 7 days.
Yeah, you see the monster the demon in full, almost
in The Ring. The girl in the
ring,
TV. Yeah.
like pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Right. But the kind of the shape it takes on, the humanoid shape it takes on, is what makes it kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And the way it kind of walks and approaches and crawls through the screen add to that creepiness and tension. Jeepers Creepers does kind of the same thing. Have you seen Jeepers Creepers?
No.
It's pretty much just like a scarecrow demon.
Right.
Right?
I think I knew that.
That hunts for human flesh or skin on certain days, or I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But I would say it's not as scary because it's more like it turns it more into a slasher.
Right. Yes.
Right? And I think that's what happened here.
Well, and
the slashers aren't as scary as horror.
No.
By the nature of, you kind of know.
There'd be the odd jump scare,
Yeah.
but there isn't that this is evil kind of.
It's not letting your mind
wander
and play tricks on you.
Yeah.
It's like in Annabelle creation, we see the demon. Okay, I know what it looks like. My mind can't make it any worse than that now.
Right.
Oh, she hit it with a flashlight and it hurt it. Oh, that's okay. This demon's nothing.
Right.
Right? It's got power, but it can be hurt. If it can bleed, we can kill it. Kind of, right?
Right.
So yeah. I think all of that drastically detracted from it.
Well, and I think you bring up a good point, and I'm glad you mentioned the girl from The Ring, because I think what makes the girl from The Ring creepy is the same thing that makes the nun creepy, which is, you can see something like an overly CGI'd demon, and you're like, okay, like it's a monster design. Like you've made some decisions about the number of horns and the color of the eyes and whether it has hooves or not, right? Like you've made those decisions and okay, cool. There's something about things that are familiar. So in this case, in both of these examples, a human form.
Yeah.
But there's something scary about something familiar when something about it just isn't quite right.
It doesn't obey the laws that a normal human form would.
Yeah, or it's like that's something that I recognize, but something's off.
Yeah. So
something's not
it's
quite right.
It's the fact that the nun and whatever the lady girl is called in The Ring, like you see them 1 minute, you turn around, you turn back, they're gone.
They're gone.
Right?
Yeah.
The demon can kind of do that, but because you've given it form, it doesn't manifest the same, elicit the same response.
It's kind
of the Ring and the nun. There's a familiarity, yes, but it's a bastardization of it, and there's a lot of unknowns.
Right.
Like what this is just a form the true evil has chosen to take.
Yes.
right? This isn't its true form.
No.
You know, you kind of, you know, the both those worlds kind of easily set that up where you can make that connection. Where Annabelle's like, oh, this is its true form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which hurts it.
And now I'm immediately in my mind writing rules for this form based on previous things I associate with demons.
Yeah. Which is one of the things that the Paranormal Activity series did really well, was that for at least the first, I think I saw the first 4 films. The first 4 films, the demon's invisible. Like, you'll see footsteps, you'll see the demon interact with things within the world, but it never manifests itself.
Yeah. It'll
possess things. That's
the scariest part of it, this movie too, is when it's doing things and you don't see it.
When you don't see it.
Right? Those are the scariest bits.
But I think you've hit the nail on the head, because with the nun, you could see the nun at the end of the hallway. Or even, do you know what's scarier than the actual manifested demon in this? Is when the demon's taking on the form or creating the illusion of their daughter, of B.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's a little paler, and
eyes glow a little bit.
And it's that little girl, and it's the nun that you could see at the end of a hallway and go, is that just a nun? No, something's not right about. No, it might just be a nun.
With the demon with that girl instead,
so much scarier. Yeah,
so much scarier.
Yeah, they really dropped the ball.
They missed the nail was right there, and they went, wall. Oh wait, no, the nail's on the floor.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think that killed it, because all like. When the girls in the barn near the end and the light bulbs, like that wasn't.
You see the hand. A hand comes in and like crushes the
last
bulb.
One.
Yeah,
but all the other ones is moving. I mean, that's an example of what we're talking about. But by then, for me, all tension was lost, and I was just like, I've seen the demon over a dozen times now. It's not. I'm not getting any tension built up. All of a sudden, it's a monster movie.
I think a moment that did sort of get you was when the 2 girls were under the blanket, and then you see.
Oh yeah, that was
like a glimpse of some kind of sort of human face.
It manifested itself as like some kind of the mum or something like that.
Yeah. So interesting. Okay, so here's the thing that I don't get about this franchise. And I alluded to this when we did our episode about The Nun, and I said that the horror community, for whatever reason, shits all over this franchise. This film on Rotten Tomatoes, has a critic score of 70.
Okay.
And an audience score of 68.
Oh, pretty close.
The Nun has a critic score of 25 and an audience score of 35.
Really?
And I'm like, The Nun is a way better film.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are you even all drinking?
What are they smoking?
Yeah, so it doesn't...
Wow. That Rotten Tomatoes doesn't know what it's talking about.
Right? Right?
I've lost all respect for Rotten Tomatoes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't see it.
No, it doesn't make any sense. But, is what it is. Okay, so is there anything else we should touch on?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to watch more horror movies.
But the next one is a return to something and it's it's a little more.
We're going back to The Nun, are we?
We got The Nun 2 is next.
Oh yeah.
Back to the Abbey. How do you solve a problem like that?
Oh man. I think I might be coming down from something 2 weeks from now. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it here.
You've already revealed yourself as someone who's like, I don't care. I'll come if I'm sick. I don't care if you're sick. I'll come. Doesn't matter. No, doesn't matter. Okay. So on a scale of
Score it.
0 to 10, I'm trying to remember. Do you remember what score you gave?
It was like a 7 or 7.5. I think.
It was high.
Yeah.
It was high, all things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank Annabelle Creation?
I was gonna be more generous before we dove into it, and after talking about it and hashing this out and sitting on it a little more,
Realized
I'm gonna score it worse. I say it's like a 4, maybe a 3.5.
Yeah. Okay.
4 might be generous.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say it's 3.5. I'm going to lock in at 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I win?
Yep.
Is that the number?
Is that the number I was thinking of?
What's the game show?
Deal or No Deal?
No, I was thinking of
You're doing great.
Price is Right.
Oh.
It's got a bunch of those games where it's like, you want to lock it in?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna change it. What'd you gonna rate this?
This may surprise you. I give it a 3.
That
You
doesn't-
actually gave it
after talking about
No, but
it,
I mean,
doesn't
it just
surprise me.
surprised you that your score is actually higher than
by
mine.
0.5.
Yeah, well, it's still higher. It suffers from up until now things that I couldn't quite put my finger on. And I think you hit the nail on the head about a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's other issues with this film still outside of just they show you the demon. Like just timing and
there's no subtlety to anything.
Yeah, not letting tension build long enough, or not building tension in an effective enough way.
I'm not releasing it properly.
And then not releasing it in a catch you off guard, scare you shitless kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it just kind of belly flops all over the place. Now I say 3, but then I also say I don't dislike it. So I mean, those two statements I feel like kind of contradict each other a little bit.
So if it's raining at the cottage, you'll watch it.
If I'm talking about this film in a vacuum, the answer is probably 5. If I'm talking about it in a vacuum, it's probably 5.
What vacuum are you watching TV in?
In comparison to the Conjuring franchise, I would say 3.
I don't know. Even in a vacuum, I wouldn't go.
Oh, that's fine.
Higher than what
That's fine.
I mean, it's not.
Maybe I wouldn't go
I don't
5. I might go 4. Because I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the film. I just don't really like it either. I don't, What'd you watch this week, sir?
Yes. This week I watched a little bit more One Piece, continuing my One Piece journey.
Oh, yes?
Do you know how, man, I'm going to Google it real quick. There's like 1,000+ episodes of One Piece. Did you know that? It's crazy.
I know very little about what I know of One Piece is what you have told me about One Piece.
They're on season. Oh, that's the wrong way. They're on season 20. That's not right. Episode 197. There's more than 197. This could be like 1,097. Anyway, there's a lot. It's been a fun journey. I continuing to watch the X-Men 97 as they release them. The most recent episode was a banger and ended in a way like they ended it with something that happened in the comics in the 90s that was like when it happened in the comics, it was like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. Like,
So I'm still missing out, huh?
oh, you are so missing out. It's great. I don't want to spoil it, but the thing that happened came off better in the comics because they could do more, like they were able to show more. Like, it was pretty graphic, a graphic thing. Like, so yeah, but it was they had to downplay it for
Animation.
cartoons, even though this iteration of the X-Men cartoon is more violent than the previous one, like the original,
Right.
because they're not handcuffed by the same constraints that the artists and storytellers were in the 90s to make children's cartoons.
Right.
So like Wolverine literally like stabs a human being in this X-Men 97.
Well, and
he didn't stab anybody but robots in the first
right
in like 8-9 seasons.
And that's, sorry, what was the reason you gave for why that's different? Just like the change of times?
Yeah, like the releasing cartoons on TV back then, and even probably still now, there are regulatory bodies, and even that will say, you know, like, it's like Spider-Man, the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s, Spider-Man was never allowed to hit anybody.
Right.
He never threw a punch at anybody, right? Those regulatory bodies, whether they were from within Marvel or the studio or an external regulatory body or the person that the company that had picked them up, the broadcaster, right?
Right.
Would tell the people making it, you know, like, Spider-Man can't hit people. He's the good guy.
Right.
Right? The X-Men, Wolverine can't stab somebody with his claws.
Right.
He's the good guy. Those regulatory bodies don't exist on Disney Plus.
Well, and that's just
Right.
it, right? Like,
Like,
that is the big, like, yes, times have changed in that we're more advanced as audience now. But the big thing is that it's not for TV.
Yeah.
It's Disney Plus.
And 90s, like, 97 is still, I would say, a kid's cartoon, but it's also definitely targeted towards a more an older audience that watch the cartoon as kids.
Right.
I think that's also a factor. So watch that, and then the movie. Emily and I have been watching Monk.
Right.
But
how's that going?
It's fun. It's great. So I can't remember the name of the show. We actually started watching a detective show. Like, before Monk, we watched 1 or 2 episodes, and we were just like, this isn't good. Like, the detective was like, imagine Monk without all the quirks. That was this character.
Right.
Right? And it was just kind of like, okay, so he's like a super detective. Okay. There's nothing interesting about him other than that.
Right.
And he's not like, he doesn't, like, even Sherlock Holmes has got some, like, playful, depending on if you read the original stuff,
Yeah.
he's got more playful quirks.
Yeah.
You watch the Robert Downey Jr. one, he's kind of got a goofy eccentricity to him.
Yeah.
You watch the remake with the kind of the more modern take with Benedict Cumberbatch. He's very kind of out there, right? Like, there's interesting things about his character. This detective, I don't even remember the name of the show. Anyway, Monk is way more entertaining. So much more entertaining because of all those quirks. We're really enjoying it. I don't know if how far we'll go, because both of us aren't, like, deep watchers. Like, we don't like going too deep into the seasons and we get bored of it.
Okay.
Unless it's really entertaining. Like,
Right.
We ended up watching all of Game of Thrones, but even that, the last season or two, were like, I guess might as well finish it. But movie we only watched one movie this week, and it was called The Current War.
The current war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Current is in the current of electricity.
Okay.
Search it up so you can. It was really good. It was about kind of the electricity race in the United States between
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, between Edison and another fella.
Another fella.
I can't remember his name, but the other fella ends up winning.
Samuel Insull,
Yeah, I can't.
played by Tom Holland.
No, that was not him.
J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan. So Morgan ends up winning the race, but he ends up using like Edison's light bulbs and other stuff, but he just uses a different way to send the electricity out than Edison does.
This is a stacked cast.
It was really
Michael
it was
Shannon,
good.
Nicholas Hoult.
So it was kind of a historical drama, and it was fun. It was a fun film. I
That's
enjoyed
cool.
it. I'd recommend it.
Yeah. I will. Is that like a Netflix thing?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
on Netflix.
I'm gonna check that out because that actually sounds like it's up my alley.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's fun to kind of see this competition way out. Edison's kind of like acts like he's a very high righteous moral guy, won't make machines to kill, and seeing the stresses he's under and
Right.
to beat this other guy out who's offering a far better and cheaper product.
Right. No, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
What did you watch?
Still watching The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I told Pete and I talked about this in the Beneath the Planet of the Apes episode, but
Yeah, I
we've
listened.
finished Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
Highly recommend if you haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
Highly-
We talked
yeah,
about
we
it
talked about it. Yeah,
in our last
quite an
episode.
ending.
Yeah.
And has inspired me. I know someone who owns most of, if not all of the books.
Oh yeah.
So you know, I'm intrigued
How many
to.
books are there?
It's either 12 or 13. Yeah,
Wonder how long they are.
not very long. Like they're kids books,
Yeah.
right? Or written as like young, like preteen books. So I think they're probably pretty accessible in terms of readability. So I will, yeah. If I start, then I will let you know. What?
It's a
Yeah, it's cool
collector's
to get like a box set.
Box set on Amazon.
Yeah, take up your whole damn shelf.
$206
There you go.
in hardcovers.
Oh, my birthday's coming up.
13 books. They get thicker as the series goes on.
Yeah, he got better at writing, or worse at writing.
Or worse
He just
at
became less efficient in his
Less efficient. Got bogged down in the details.
a little long-winded.
Let's see. What are they called? The Bad Beginning, Reptile Room, Wide Window, Miserable Mill, Austria Academy.
But I'm gonna miss it. I'm sad that it's done.
Desire,
Right?
Village.
Like it felt like a good length, and it was nice to watch something that had a set
Apparel, the
like
end.
end to it.
Yeah, it looks like based
You're not
on the
listening.
titles of these books. No, I am.
Okay.
Based on the titles of the book, it follows.
It follows the
series.
show. Yeah, 100%.
So
So each
it ends with
each
the,
book, so the series handled all of the books in order, and
Yeah.
with the exception of the end, which only got one episode, each book had a part 1 and part 2
Yeah,
2 episode
yeah.
run. But no, it felt good to have to watch something that had like a set end point, something we were working towards, something that was not super long. We watched
Yeah.
20 some odd episodes, right?
Yeah.
But I will miss it. I will miss Patrick Warburton's voice saying, "My name is Lemony Snicket," right? I will miss his voice saying,
He's got a beautiful voice.
a word here, which means, blah, blah, blah. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'm going to miss it. So yeah.
That's cool.
I think that's it.
You didn't watch any actual movies?
No,
besides
Brianne and I are gonna watch, because I'll spill the
Movie men
beans.
watch.
Spill the beans here. There was Pete and I did a vote recently for Spielberg films, and we have a winner. And so Brianne and I will be watching that pretty soon.
Don't say what it is.
It's the film out of the 4 films. It's the film that has aliens in it.
Oh, that narrows it down
To 3 of the 4. What were the options? It was like Jaws, E.T.,
So you're not watching Jaws.
Close Encounters, and War of the Worlds. those were the options.
Yeah.
So it was a very, and then we didn't realize until we put that vote together. We're like, man, Spielberg just gets off on those
likes
aliens,
sci-fi.
huh? Like specifically visitors from other worlds. So we're gonna do that, but then before Brianne and I jump into like a new TV series or a new film series or something like that, there's a video game that she started playing, that I was watching her play. She started playing it like back before we moved, and then just in the move, everything got kind of jumbled and we didn't get around to it. And so she's going to pick that up again and barrel through it and finish it. We've been watching, I found one of those, because it's been a couple of months since she's played it. And it's one of those games where like, it's an open world thing and there's just a shitload of stuff going on. And so I found one of those like 4.5 hour cutscenes movie.
They mash all the cutscenes.
Yeah, and or the cutscenes, or also some gameplay if there's like important dialogue happening. And so I found it, and then I scrubbed through to find out like, okay, where is the point that you have to watch to get yourself refreshed and caught up.
Right.
And so we've been doing that. So
What's the game?
Arkham Knight.
Oh.
Yeah. She played the other 3. Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham City. So it's just like, you got to drive this thing home. No, I'm just, because I've played every Arkham game 17 times, right? But it's her turn. It's her turn to play.
Yeah, she's in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Are you sitting watching?
I am. Yeah. Yeah, because it's fun, because there's a lot of like, and I feel like I can give out spoilers for Arkham Knight, but I'm not going to spoil any, like, in case she listens to this episode, I'm not going to spoil anything that she hasn't seen or encountered in the game yet. But it's fun to watch, like, early on in the game where Batman's at, like, Ace Chemicals and he's trying to stop Ace Chemicals from exploding, and he turns around with a canister and there's Joker, who we saw die, but it's like hallucinating Joker, and he's like, surprise!
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, that was an interesting game. It was all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's better than Gotham Knights.
I haven't played that.
And by the sounds of it, it was better than Suicide Squad. That's...
And it will probably be better than the new Marvel game that's coming out that's going to be just like Suicide Squad.
There's a new Marvel game?
Yeah, they announced a new Marvel game. It's going to...
Because there's a Captain America one coming that I've seen stuff for, and it looks pretty sick.
The game, I don't remember what it's called. I'm not going to bother looking it up. It's kind of like you can pick a bunch of heroes and you fight in battles. But everything I've seen screams, oh, this is going to be a DLC, not like a microtransaction.
Game as a service.
Game as a service.
Yeah.
Just like the last Avengers game, just like Justice League.
I was watching a guy, we're on a tangent here, but it's funny. I was watching a guy he did a YouTube video where he played through and then was doing a quick recap and review of every game that Rockstar had released, right? So as far back as like the first GTA,
sure,
and then some of their like racing
first and second
stuff.
GTA are awesome. After that, I think the GTAs go downhill. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, but you also haven't played them in quite some time.
I've played 3. I've played a little bit of San Andreas. I just really think
but
the
5,
like 1 and 2, do this top-down view thing.
Yeah.
And I just think there's
Garbage.
something really special about that.
But yeah, so hit on that, hit on the Red Dead games,
anyway.
hit on, all of these different things, the Max Payne games.
Yeah.
And so anyways, he was like, yeah, he would be like, he was like, so yeah, I put the game in and I played it
And it was all there.
and I beat it and this weird thing happened. The whole game was on the disc.
Yeah.
The whole game was on the disc, right?
Not only that, the gameplay loops are way more satisfying.
Yeah. Gaming now, there's a couple of like truly special gems that are still coming out every so often, but I'm finding more and more and more and more and more those gems are, you got to check out this indie title. You got to check out this thing that this guy put together in his basement.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching, listening. Well, whatever you're doing.
We don't have the camera set up. You and Pete there's a camera stand there, there's lights.
Yeah.
Why do you and Pete get the camera?
Do you want the camera?
I don't care.
Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed down below.
Let us know if you want the camera.
Check out our Patreon page, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get some fun perks in return.
You can watch Pete talk.
You can watch the video that Carl's not in. And we got another one dropping either in the next couple of days or did just drop for our Beneath the Planet of the Apes one.
It's dropped. I listened to it today while I was cutting
No,
the
but the
grass.
video.
Oh, the video.
There's
I
a video
haven't watched
coming.
the video.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't dropped yet at the time of recording.
It's Patreon only, though, so if
It
you
is
want to watch
Patreon
it,
only.
support.
And you can give feedback. So we recently, and we haven't really talked about this on the podcast. I'm not going to yet because we still got to figure out what's going on. We made a big Patreon post about some changes that are coming that have happened.
Yeah.
And people have been giving, and we asked people for feedback. People have been giving their feedback. I haven't shared that feedback with Carl yet, but it's complicated feedback.
We talked about some of it, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're planning on getting rid of something, but Patreon members are like speaking loudly about how much they will miss that and hope it doesn't go away entirely. So we'll figure that out.
Anyway. But we got merch.
Check that out. And we have merch,
We got new merch.
including a 5-year
merch.
anniversary, limited time only shirt.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Is that the Funko Pop one?
No.
Because there's a Funko Pop one.
Well,
too.
no, that's not actually for sale in the store. I just
What?
sent it to you guys. There's so many copyright issues. I was
don't
reading
know.
into it. Oh, no, I was reading into it. Specifically with Funko. Like, Funko
Really?
will sue you into your grave. They'll sue you back into the womb. Funko's petty. Yeah,
Are
I
they
know.
really?
Yeah, there's no...
You've read some Reddit posts?
Yeah. But no, we have a sick 1 year. I'm actually looking right now at somebody's order form who placed an order this afternoon. So it's
a t-shirt.
It's
in blue.
It's a cool shirt. Yeah, they got it in blue. I know who it is.
That looks pretty good.
It's blue. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not as sexy as the black.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty cool t-shirt, and it's only available for a very limited amount of time. It's our 5-year anniversary shirt, and once it goes away, it's gone. It's gone. So get it now while the getting's good.
Gone.
And until next time until next week, when Carl and I sit down and watch a film, I don't know what it is.
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm guessing it'll be an action film. I think there's probably a pretty good chance that it'll have Arnold in it.
on my list.
It's all action, man.
Yeah.
It's like the Arnold filmography, and
the
then
first several were just Arnold films.
Arnold flicks,
Yeah.
like Commando and Predator and whatever else. Eraser. I've seen Eraser.
Yeah. I've made you sit down and watch a few.
I'd seen Eraser. I had seen Eraser and Sixth Day long before I knew you. Yeah. And 6 Day is better than Eraser, like hands down. 6 Day is something special.
Yeah.
That's a fun original film.
Eraser gets a little weird near the end with the X-ray guns.
Yeah, and it's just the rail guns. Yeah. And it's just a little like, it's just almost, that you've been erased. Like it's almost a little too Terminator-y in a lot of ways. They
lean heavily into a lot of action tropes.
Yeah.
Which I will say you can get away with a lot of action tropes where you can't get away with a lot of horror tropes as well.
So we'll be watching, I don't know, some sort of...
well, we're not watching that.
No, we'll be watching...
Showing me a picture of the Nun, too.
We'll be watching some sort of action-y, Arnold-y thing. And then the week after that, if you're listening to the show, if you've just recently jumped on board because you're like, oh man, these guys are reviewing some horror stuff, then stick tuned because in 2 weeks we'll be back with some more Catholic misery.
I quit.
Look at her. Look at her. Look into her eyes. She's beautiful. No, don't. Oh, my computer. He just broke it.